release Nnamdi Kanu, let him go free of all charges. Or no terrorist statements will come from him of all sorts any longer. Igbo leaders tell President Muhammadu Buhari. My name is Nosal Keltins, and today I will be discussing, I think something that really needs to be talked about. The Igbo leaders who were led by Chief Mazulike Amechi, for a First Republic parliamentarian and a former Minister of Aviation, who led some great Igbo leaders to Abuja to speak with the President Muhammadu Buhari to talk about the arrest of and also the case against the IPOB leader, Indigenous People of Biafra, the leader of the IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They were in Abuja on Friday to speak with the president and says, let this man go. Until you let this man go, will there be peace in the southeast? Now, President Muhammadu Buhari did give us a funny reply. Would I say funny, or he gave a cheeky reply to say, at the moment, the fact that we're even allowing Nnamdi Kanu to go to court to prove his innocence is it's a grace. So the question would be, should he not even be given an opportunity to defend himself? Would we call his extradition from Kenya, which some have tagged as an abduction? Even his lawyer, Aloy Ejimako, says it is an extraordinary rendition. Now, looking at this, the Nigerian government has continued to say they have a case to prove against this man. He has been importing weapons into the country illegally. He has been making insightful statements. You're pushing people to want to go commit crimes. He has, over the course of 4 years since he jumped bail when he was first charged to court, has sat down in a particular part of the world to direct people to attack even a sitting governor. We do know there was a time in which he put a bounty on the head of Governor Nyesom Wike of Rivers State, saying anyone who does bring that man or brings his head to him, he was ready to pay the person 100 million naira. Now the question is, this man who has made such a statement saying a governor, and he had called the president a docile, he was not even a president, saying he's a Fulani Janjaweed, who has insulted and defamed the president, is the same person that is being clamored to be released free of all charges. As much as the president might have said he did note after the meeting that he might consider the release because those who came to meet him, he holds them in high esteem, and he's made an heavy demand on him. But he did also note that in his 5 or 6 years that he's been in power, he has not interfered with the other arms of government, both the legislative arm and the judiciary. But to this particular statement, one of the lawyers or the counsel of Nnamdi Kanu, a lawyer, Majiako, did come out to say the president has the power to pull a case away from court, and Nnamdi Kanu can and should be released, and that's the very first step in the line of dialogue, citing an example of Nelson Mandela's case, saying Nelson Mandela was not considered to be released. He was released before dialogues began. Though we should know that Nelson Mandela was in prison for 27 years. Is this saying Nnamdi Kanu should be in prison for 27 years? Now, also in comparison to his statement saying whatever case that has been lodged in court, he did signify or break also that the AGF, Abubakar Malami, which is the Attorney General of the Federation, is the one who filed the case in court, and he is not part of the judiciary. Even though he might be the Minister of Justice, he is part of the executive arm of government. And since he is the one who filed this case in court, and also meaning he is standing in for the executive arm of government, they could say, okay, it's enough, we can't put this case away from court, we no longer intend to drag him to court, he is free of all charges and he can be released to go back home. But all of this put together, it just also costed the name. We should, like me, in my own personal opinion, we should know that some of the statements this man made was one of the reasons, or is a pertinent reason, why there was a huge breakout of chaos in Rivers State, a particular town, which I can't remember the name right now, in Rivers State, where people did go on and people were killed, up to 10 people were killed, leading to the governor of the state coming out to say, oh, if you people continue to do this, we'll have to march in the military to curb all of this. Now, if the man could have stayed outside of Nigeria, claiming to be a British citizen also, to make declarations that people should go and kill, create a security outfit of his own, saying they represent the indigenous people of Biafra, creating a percent basically to fight other Nigerians here in Nigeria and pursue them away from their business areas and say they are not Nigerians. And people were killed or lives were lost during this action. This same man now should be let go to go free. The difference between comparing this person to Felix Kabuga, one of those who led the genocides of the Hutus in Rwanda. What's the difference of comparing such a person to that? Because if we are saying this man is free to go, other people too someday will rise up to start making such statements and start driving that they want. Of course, we already have that. We already have that. We have someone in the southwestern region of the country already making those claims that they want to also break and also making declarations of his own. We need to be careful in the way we handle this thing, and as much as we might be calling for the freedom of this man, we should also let the court run its due process. Let's do these things intact so our bad precedents are not laid, because we do know the law is basically based on precedents. When one particular injunction is made, it is repeated over and over again, and it takes a long period of time before that precedence is overturned. So we need to be careful on how we make some of these demands. I'm not saying the demand to release Nnamdi Kanu is, in their own reasons, not a fair demand to make. But also, as much as such demands are made, the court should be allowed to run his full length and let him prove his innocence in court. But he should be treated fair and given a fair trial, as it should be. A judicious, fair hearing and fair trial. My name remains Nosa Okeotins, and this is the Koko in Naija. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do subscribe. Click on the subscribe button right there, right there, and join in the comments. Give your comments. Let us know what you think about the topic. And also, as much as you might be giving your comment, please remember this is a political and a public platform. Do not use insulting languages, but also we would love to hear what you have to say. Thank you. See you same time next time.